Who need a fancy restaurant when you can host your own foodie Photoshop at home? Just follow my recipe and serve up this fancy salmon dish. I will also share with you 2 tricks on how to perfectly sear the salmon and how to prevent the salmon skin sticking onto the pan. Stay tuned and figure it out in this video with me. But salmon is always reserved for the fancy restaurant and seasoning chef, and it is so easy to overcook and skin stick to the pan. Hell no. You only need a dash of confidence, and yes, of course, trust me in this recipe. You will definitely master this like a Michelin star chef. Imagine succulent salmon fillet kisses the heated pan until they are perfectly golden and crispy outside and tenderly flaky inside, drizzling in a sweet tangy sauce. What are we waiting for? Don't forget to click the subscribe button to my channel. I am Factorin, and welcome back to our adventures. Well, let's meet our star ingredient today, the salmon fillets. The salmon fillet swimming with full of omega-3 goodness with healthy fat and protein. Woof! Deserve the title king of the fish, right? Originally, I was planning to cook with Atlantic salmon, which is a lot fattier than this one. But when I went out and shopped for the ingredient at Costco, I spotted this beautiful piece of white sockeye salmon. It may not have that extra fat, but it has a very distinct, rich flavor with firmer texture. Now, this fillet would be more flavorful at the end if you give it a little bit of marinade at the end. Now, this fillet would be more flavorful at the end if we give them the marinade they need. First, carefully pat them dry with the paper towel, as extra moisture is the enemy of the crispiness, and it can be cooked more evenly. Then season both sides of the fillet gently with salt. If you don't want your dish to be utterly and not worth eating, remember not to pan sear this guy immediately. Let them be there, marinate, and we'll come back to it later. Now it's time for the sauce. We need some butters, of course, 2.5 tablespoons of honey, 3 tablespoons of soya sauce, about a whole lamb juice, 3 garlic cloves, roughly chopped, and about half a tablespoon of butter. Make sure don't skip any of them. Anything loose will make your final outcome less stunning and succulent. Okay, now we have all of them here. Let's make the sauce. Start turning on the medium heat and add some cooking oil. Okay, until the garlic is lightly brown. This is the sign for us to add the rest of the ingredient into it. Honey will be a little bit sticky, so keep stirring them well. When you see the mixture can stick to your spoon or spatula, like this, that means you are doing well. Oh, this smells so good. Lower the heat. Honey will be a little bit sticky, but keep stirring well. When you see the mixture can stick to your spoon just like this, and the fragment coming out of it, you mean you're doing a well job. that is it for the sauce. Now it's time for our star, the salmon. It will be done with the marinade by now. A cast iron pan skillet will be more useful to retain heat and ensure even cooking. Turn on the heat, add some oil, and now we have hand searing. But actually, even with the more seasoning cast iron pan, fish skin still may stick. To prevent that, as promised, here is the first trick for you. Use a small piece of parchment paper, slightly bigger than the salmon, right into the pan with oil, both underneath and on top to get the fish skin cooking. Add the salmon on top of the paper. Once the fillet hit the pan, they will curl up, so don't hesitate to either use a spatula or your hand to gently put the pressure on them for about 15 to 30 seconds. This will help preventing the salmon from curl up and create a soggy pocket in the middle. The skin will be a lot crispier. Let it be there on a medium heat. Remember, patience is the key. Try to resist the urge to flip the salmon too soon. To perfectly cook the salmon with a crispy skin, just keep the skin side out for about 80 to 90% of the time. This method will help keep the delicate fish from direct exposure to the heat. So this is the trick I promise will help you get the perfect salmon every single time. Cook the salmon skin down until you see the flesh is opaque about 3/4 way up the side. Then gently flip it over and remove it from the heat immediately. Let it rest for about 15 seconds. Now let's start plating. Alright, this looks fancy, isn't it? Let's give it a try. Skin is crispy. It has a little bit sweetness from honey and sour from that lime juice there. Flavor-filled tender salmon, sweet honey and tangy lemon. The wonderful combination is definitely what I can easily notice and be impressed. Fancy, right? Can your most discreet police friend resist a taste? Let me know in the comment below, okay? And remember to like this video as well if you want something elegant and comforting like this dish. Bye and see you soon.